Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the start of the 2020 LCS Summer Split. I'm joined by my friend here, Tyler Faxifrim, and today we're going to be watching the 100 Thieves Evil Genius game. Tyler, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. So excited for Summer Split to start.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It's gonna be super hyped. Got a new playoff format, a bunch of new rosters, new teams, and as you look on EG's side, some new beards on the side of Jizuke and a little scruff there from Svenskeren. I'm liking the surfer hair.
You know it.
Mm-hmm. All right. First before we go into the picks, let's go over these bands a little bit. All right. We see the Varus band coming out. That's pretty typical. There was a stat earlier that said Varus was picked or banned 25 out of 27 games that were played last, like competitively, and that I think that spans all the regions, I believe. Any of these bands that really strike you, Tyler?
The Callista one a little bit. She is a strong early game ADC, but I don't know if I would toss a ban on her just like that, especially when Jizuke is on the other team.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I think it would have been better to put a ban over on Jizuke's side, but who knows? These teams have been scrimming each other for weeks now at this point, and maybe they feel comfortable letting Jizuke sort of get his pick for the field. We look at the picks here on the 100 Thieves side and the EG side. 100 Thieves uh, picking up the Ornn for Someday in the top lane, picking up the Ezreal for Cody's son, and picking up the Olaf for presumably Meteos. You see on the EG side, we've got the Aphelios mixed in with the Yuumi and with a Kindred here for Svenskeren. I haven't seen a lot of Kindred recently, but I'm pretty sure it's a good pick.
Yeah, Kindred is a great counter pick into Olaf, and you'll see that they also banned Bard out. Bard is a huge Kindred counter, and there's a LeBlanc ban for Jizuke there.
Right. Don't want him to like mess up the back line any. He is very deadly on that LeBlanc, and it's what got them the number 2 seed back in the spring split. So understandable there. Now let's make some predictions. What do you think? Either this last band. Oh, we know it's going to be the TF. What do you think these next 2 picks are going to be?
Hmm. Well, Evil Geniuses has to draft a good mid laner to pair with the Kindred because like it looks like they're pouring a lot of resources into Svenskeren in this game. And on the other side, it looks like 100 Thieves is going for very standard comp. They're probably going to be looking for some Enchantress support. Maybe not because the Yuumi has been taken away. The next notable one is Lulu, most likely. And they're probably going to look for a good matchup in the mid lane as well on 100 Thieves side.
No mid laners being picked up as of yet, and I think they're going to try to give Jizuke the counter pick here. It's a good strategy. We see a lot of teams employ that. Most commonly would be teams with very strong mid laners, which is that of EG, right? If you already have a world champion like Bang on the Aphelios, you got to make sure you get that other star player his carry pick. We're going to see the Zoe picked up for Ryoma in the mid lane. Super solid pick. It is very hard to counter Zoe there in the mid lane. And they're also looking at a Nautilus there to pair with the Ezreal. Also super safe lane. And also, it looks like they're kind of drafting towards the later portion of the game as well. Ezreal's a good pick, but he's only good after he gets 1 or 2 items, right? So looks like they're kind of drafting towards later on where they can pick up those Ornn items and really like scale out to win this game.
Absolutely. And Zoe is a staple pick for Ryoma. Played it a bunch last split.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Evil Genius has opted for a Aatrox top against the Ornn. That's like a matchup Kuma has played hundreds of times before. He doesn't have to worry about that matchup whatsoever. And looks like they picked up Corki for Jizuke, which is interesting because it looks like since Karen and Jizuke both playing 80 carries, and with Bang on that team, 380 carries without a really big front line, I feel like that's a little bit of a risk, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. It seems a little bit risky, and unless that Yumi's picking up a death cap first item, I'm not really sure exactly what EG's plan here. It must be something along the lines of, look, we're gonna win hard and we're gonna win fast, right? If I do know one thing is that Corki can get online a lot faster than that Zoe can, right? It's really just kind of like one item power spike, whereas the Zoe is like it's strong, but it's strong like all throughout the game. And once the Corki hits the power spike, that Corki will be able to 1v1 that Zoe, and also spread his influence throughout the map because it's a very mobile champ there with the package. And
I
as you
agree.
can, oh, sorry, you go ahead.
I just hope that the Olaf doesn't like toss a wrench in their game plan by just diving these Corkis and Aphelios' bot because they are very squishy.
Right, right. Well, I mean, that must be what the Kindred's there for, to counter that. If it's there, it's really a matter of who gets to the fight first, right? If the Kindred shows up late, it's gonna already be too late, and everyone's already gonna be kaput. As you can see
Yep,
here on the screen, this is what Tyler and I look like, and we're going to
I'm the one with the beard.
uh, I'm the bald one. Right. And we're going to go ahead and load up on the Rift. First game of the summer 2020 LCS split. I see Corky's rocking the Corgi skin. I appreciate it. By far my favorite Corgi skin. And let's go ahead and get into this game.
Already some action with an Olaf tossing out some axes, Corki tossing out some auto attacks.
I see these players are ready. This has been the most downtime we've gotten in any split ever, right? So these players have been itching to get back on the Rift, and a lot of people were worried that we weren't even going to have a summer split. So it's really great that we're here today to play some League of Legends in its natural state and environment, with just as high stakes as ever, right? Because remember, spring split doesn't matter in terms of worlds anymore, but summer split matters so much more. So every game counts, and that includes this one. We see 4 members of 100 Thieves waiting in the bush here to see if anyone's going to come. I think they're going to go try to invade and get that blue buff. Oh, Cody Sun missing the blast cone. Doesn't really matter, though, because, he's going to... he can shoot over the wall. He's a range champ.
Absolutely. And another big thing to keep in mind this game is that this is the second and third seed from spring. So I think this is a very big game in that if you win this game, you make a statement that nothing has changed and you've only gotten better. So I think big reputation consequences for both teams here.
Right, right. It's always important to start off strong, and not only for your fans, but for yourself as well. And as we saw, a lot of teams made slight roster adjustments. EG and 100 Thieves didn't make any at all. So they really want to show everyone that, hey, we believe in our rosters here, and this is the team that we want to go with and try to make that push to Worlds with. And given the clown fiesta that was Spring Split last year, it's really anybody's game.
Yep.
Like
Looks
like
like
like we're pretty sure Cloud9's gonna get that first seed. If we were making predictions, they're gonna get that first seed. But honestly, you can make an argument for anybody getting the second and third.
absolutely. After that disappointing split from Team Liquid, especially after picking up Broxa, no one knows what to expect from them. Doublelift going back to TSM.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, EG and 100 Thieves stayed the same for the most part, but I think there was only room for improvement during this offseason.
Yeah, and now's the time to show it. Show us, did you improve? Did your team make the right adjustments to themselves internally, right? See Stunt landing the hook there onto Bang. A lot of damage going in now. Cody Sun landing all of his abilities, and Bang's gonna be taken down to about a fourth of his health. Oh,
That's barrier.
Sven Skaren jumping onto Someday, gonna take him to about a third of health. Oh, that is a lot of damage. He's gonna be forced to recall there. So aggression being traded on the map. Do you want to
Meteo's
point out?
posturing around bot.
Mm-hmm. Gonna try to see if he can get more out of Bang here. His flash is still up, but his barrier is down. And with a Yuumi lane, it's gonna be really hard to kill him. Of course, if you have a Nautilus and an Ezreal, the engage is always there. The poke is always there. It's just Ezreal's in such a good spot right now. Even on this or that, when people were complaining about the state of ADC, Kobe said, "Hey, at least you guys have Ezreal." So, I mean, that champ is just ridiculous right now.
That is absolutely true. And it looks like Meteos and Stunt are doing some aggressive counter juggling right now, taking control of that bot side because they know Svenskeren was top. Now they don't know where Svenskeren is, except looks like they're both backing just to be safe.
Just to be safe, and as you can see on your mini map, Svenskeren is moving down to try to clear some camps here, and he's in for a rude awakening in that he has no Gromp anymore. And with jungle XP being what it is, that's a scary situation. He's gonna have to get on top of that. Looking for something to do. Ryoma is kind of pushed up. Svenskeren could look for a gank here. And that
Ooh,
could
but
be first
Meteos
blood.
and Stunt are walking over.
Oh, it's
Oh,
just a ward.
Svenskeren
Just
is
a ward.
going for an offensive ward. I just like to draw your attention to the items. Looks like Meteos is pathing towards a warrior Olaf, a very squishy Olaf build, but lots of high damage in the early game. I think he just wants to snuff out these late game ADCs like as soon as he can with his build this game.
I definitely think 100 Thieves won the draft here. Just with the diversity of damage that they have going on, and also the different ways that they can approach the game. It seems EG's kind of put themselves in a box here, drafting triple ADs. I'm not saying it can't work, but it is going to be difficult. And 100 Thieves is not making it any easier picking up the first Drake of the game.
Especially since it's a Mountain Drake. It looks like Meteos understands that the EG roster, like none of those champions can contest him early on, especially as Olaf, and so he's just going to take advantage of that and just take an early first Drake. Probably going to look for some early Rift Herald as well.
As we see some damage being traded out in the mid lane there, some abilities being exchanged, and some misses happening. It's all fun games. Stunt landing a hook onto the Bang and Zazel duo. Cody Sun doing some fat damage on the Zazel there, as Bang's gonna do some damage of his own. Auto attacking up a storm. Meteos is waiting in the bush. They're gonna see if they push forward here. Can they bait them? And it looks like it's not gonna happen. Bubble gonna land on to Jizuke. Oh, gets the Q off. That's a lot of damage. On both sides as well. It is just a lot of low health bars here.
Meteos going for another aggressive counter jungle, but he will be spotted out by that control ward in the bush, so they know exactly.
But given Jizuke's health and the state of bot lane, there's really nothing that they can do about it.
Oh,
As we see,
Jizuke going aggro under Rio.
yeah, Ryoma stayed apparently. Jizuke TP'd in, tried to get the aggressive play, but just walks right into a bubble and eats it and decides that bubble does not taste good. And I agree. Bubbles don't taste good at all. And Ryoma's finally going to back off. Getting I would say he's got a good XP lead. In my opinion, because he got that early TP off in the game like a while ago.
Yeah, and looks like Jizuke is pathing towards that Man Immune Corki, a very popular Corki build now that like gives him a little bit extra scaling, lets him be able to toss out some more abilities in the team fight.
This is a game full of miners, as we see there are 3 pickaxes in the game right now.
It also looks like in the top lane, there's a huge CS differential right now. Someday is not having a good time.
How crazy is that? Kumo heard the chatter from last year, and he was like, all right, I'll do you guys one better. Usually, I see this matchup all the time. Ornn and Aatrox, it's a tale that has been told time and time again. And usually it's a pretty even matchup. Usually. But this time, it looks like Kumo's got like a 20 CS lead.
Looks like it's a matter to a 500 gold lead for EG. Svenskeren is going to be spotted out here by Stunt on the Rift Herald. Meteos is walking up. Looks like the EG bot lane is also walking over too.
That's true. Ryoma
I
gonna
would
get
be
some
careful.
damage. I would be careful too. This is a scary situation. Oh, package going down. Jizuke gonna blow it. Oh, gets the kill on to Meteos. A lot of damage going out onto both the Scuttle and the Rift Herald as EG backs off. They don't want. Oh no, sorry. 100 Thieves backs off. They don't want any of that smoke. And that is not how I thought that fight was gonna go down there, Tyler. I thought we were saying, hey, 100 Thieves has got the early game power here. You know, they're going to be able to win early, and no one's going to be able to touch this Meteos early or this Olaf. But as we can see, that is not the case.
Yeah, and I think this is very poor play from EG. First off, like you should have waited for the Corki package to run out. Like I believe that the like numbers advantage probably gave EG like a sense of security, but like you have to keep in mind like Someday is stuck under his tower. It's going to take him a long time to transition over. And on top of that, Olaf did path towards the warrior, which made him extremely squishy as you saw last fight.
Right, right. He's gonna be squishy in the early game, which means that that package did so much damage. I'm gonna see first blood gonna be going to Jizuke, and that is not what you want to do for this. That's not what you want to be giving the Corki, right? As he's already going to be finishing his Muramana, working on his Manamune, and we're only at 10 minutes.
Svenskeren looking for a lane gank. Ooh, Bang and Zazel going
Oh,
aggro.
Meteos is in the area. As you see a lot of damage going down onto Bang. Cody-san gonna miss the true shot. Meteos going forward. Gonna throw out an axe. It's gonna land. Let's see if he can pick it up. They're gonna reply with some arrows and such. Gonna deny him that axe, but Meteos doesn't care.
And Jizuke is just picking up plates in the mid lane as Ryoma roam down for that play.
Gonna be able to pick up at least two. Oh, was he able to get it? I think so. Nice. He's just got to dodge the bubble, and he is home free.
Oh,
Oh,
that is an
TP.
aggressive TP.
TP coming in from Sunday. They want Svenskeren. He's got his ult up. Oh, Svenskeren's able to kill Meteos. Drops the ult. Stunt going in. Cody-san's able to drop Svenskeren, and that is a 1-for-1 trade for both teams. What a crazy play. Someday, or not, that wasn't Someday. That was Royoma. My mistake. As Someday is still in the top lane trying to deal with that CS difference.
Yeah, that was a great play out of Svenskeren. He was able to trade 1-for-1. I believe he got a stack off of that kill as well. And on top of that, Zazel was able to get out of Svenskeren by jumping over the wall to Bang.
And they were just able to help each other out. That was a really good Kindred ult to sort of keep them alive during that, so that 100 Thieves couldn't pick up anything else. See a lot of control wards in this bot side. River. Stunt landing the hooks.
Yeah.
Svenskeren doesn't have the ult anymore, can't protect himself, and they're going to be able to pick up Svenskeren and Zazel. And those kills are spread out all across the team. Meteos has one, Ryoma has one, and Cody-san has one too. Just spreading the gold around here. There's going to start this Cloud Drake.
Yeah, and a complete tempo shift out of 100 Thieves there. Initially, being behind EG in the early game, they have just completely flipped the script and they just go for all these aggressive plays. Since this EG lineup, like all these champions they've selected, are just so squishy.
Right, they are relying very heavily on the Kindred ultimate, and 100 Thieves are saying to themselves, "Hey, look, it's down. We don't have to deal with it, and we're just gonna make the play now that it's gone." And Stunt heard that and walked forward, landed the hook. It's as simple as that. You see a
And as a
lot of damage.
result,
A lot of damage going down from Bang. Stunt's having to hook away. Kumo is going to get a lot of damage onto him, and they're just going to have to give him that Nautilus. But at the cost of a TP.
looks like Svenskeren's matching Someday up top lane though.
That's true.
Oh, what
And
a
drop.
poor Rift Herald. Will it get a charge though? Looks like
It
it
will.
will.
Get a couple plates there. That's good. Ult going down. It's going to miss, but Ryoma's still here if he wants to make something happen. They decide they don't want to. Oh, but look at the bot side there. Meteos going to get taken down by a Yumi of all things, working towards her death cap. Ryoma missing the bubble. Going to try to get some damage onto Kuma. Finds he's not in a very good situation. TP's coming in. A lot of damage coming out from Ryoma, landing the Power Star. Some days in a precarious situation, having to flash out of the Aatrox leash, and a lot of low health bars here, and they decide, oh, we're gonna. Oh no! Paddle Star forward, ulting forward. Ryoma's gonna pick up the kill, and Jizuke gonna see if he can get anything else. Dodges the hook. He does have the Yumi on him. It's a 2v3. And they're just looking to poke, get some damage out here. Jizuke wanting to get aggressive here. Does he know that Meteos is also in the area? And what a crazy fight there over the red buff.
Yeah, what a back and forth team fight. Kumo dodged the initial bubble there, but I think he stayed a little bit too long and got himself caught at the end,
Mm-hmm.
which is unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, it stayed a little too long. Underestimated the amount of damage that can suddenly be beset upon you by that of a Zoe. With
Yeah,
the
looking at this replay here, it looks like Kumo goes aggro onto the red buff, Meteos. He had no idea Meteos was there. Zazel's walking over for the roam as well. But this Aatrox damage early game is just so much, and this squishy Olaf just cannot handle it.
mm-hmm.
Cody Sun getting in some poke, stunt walks over, as well as Ryoma collapsing. There was that flash out of Kumo, which was crucial since he would have died if he got that. Another pretty big package out of Corki. I feel like he could have gone a little bit farther with that to like completely cut off the 100 Thieves lineup, but it still caught someday, as you can see. He took a lot of damage, has to flash out, basically out of the fight. And right here, it's just like just an overstay from Kumo, I think.
Right. Was able to take the paddle star, but wasn't able to take the empowered auto after the paddle star. You see again, Jizuke is able to dodge the hook from stun, and that was crucial too, because I think if he got hit, that was going to be it for that. Oh,
Oh,
Cody-san
an
seeing the
aggressive
TP here
TP
from
out of
Jizuke.
Jizuke.
He's got no package, but he's going to W forward. Oh, and he's going to miss a lot of abilities there. Cody-san's actually going to win that 1v1, causing the flash from Jizuke, and that is not what he wanted out of that TP. Both sums burned in the span of 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're on the side of EG or 100 Thieves, it's important to, I guess, keep your head up. Right, this is a very close game. The kills are even, the gold's practically even, right? And you're gonna see a Rift Herald here pop to the mid lane for 100 Thieves, and that means they're gonna get the first turret here. But still a pretty close game.
I
One
just
thing.
have to say, I am so happy that Ryoma is doing well because he's on my fantasy lineup. And everyone was doubting me when I picked
Oh
him
my
up.
gosh.
But look at him now. First turret, 2-0 and 2, destroying EG. Just had to
You're
say that.
right.
So.
Not a bad situation to be in. I don't have any of these players, so we're just quietly observing how this is gonna go.
Yeah,
As,
and it looks like Cody-san picked up. He had a Cole earlier, actually. So he was trying to match the scaling for scaling in the Aphelios bot lane.
Mhm.
And because Cody-san was on Ezreal, he was able to solo lane against this Aphelios Yumi. Nautilus obviously being able to roam a lot better than Yumi in the early game, which gave Cody-san an XP lead and a CS lead since he could play really safe while also farm from a distance. Also picking up the Executioner's Calling for that Yumi healing now.
Right. And that's something, if you don't deal with, it's going to be super annoying later on, around this time, actually. See some harassment from Cody Sum and Ryoma. And we've seen this comp from many teams in the LCS. You pick up the Zoe, you also pick up the Ezreal, and it's just poke after poke after poke. And you get a little bit of engage there, and it's just you can't do anything about it, right? That paddle star just goes unanswered. And as you can see, the range is just keeping EG off of that dragon so that 100 Thieves can pick up their third one. As 100 Thieves is just able to swarm Kumo, Jizuke gonna have to package out of there. A lot of
Ooh, that was a
damage
big
going
pack.
out. Cody's son. Oh, the package gonna be able to kill Ryoma there. There goes your 2-0 lead there, Tyler. Jizuke gonna W
Very
forward.
sadly burning down.
Jizuke just going on her hunt here, able to pick up the double kill, and Jizuke is 4-0 in this game.
Wow, what a turnaround from EG. That went from them being zoned off this dragon to 100 Thieves getting onto Soul Point, but then that EG team fight looked really bad at first because Kumo, their only like real frontliner, just got completely shredded in the beginning. But Jizuke's package was able to make such a huge difference, and
Right.
Zazel on top of him just let him chase him down for those kills.
I want to see a replay here, because does the package, like, does the damage stay onto you even though you're not in it? Because it looked as if Zoe was just standing in the package for some reason.
If you
And
are hit by it initially, you will take a damage proc from it.
right, right. It looked like he just completely missed it though. It was more of like a disengage. Also, I'd like to point out by the end of that fight, Jizuke was full health, and that is because of the Yumi heals that we were talking about earlier. Like they're just so important.
Yep, and Jizuke is actually going at death, which is something I've personally never seen on a Corki, let alone most ADCs. But it looks like in this meta right now, a lot of ADCs are taking it. We saw it in the LEC on Ezreal and Aphelios both today. So looking like it's becoming a very popular item.
Right, right, and that that could be for a number of reasons. It gives you a lot of tankiness, as well as sustainability. And in this sort of meta where things die so quickly and everyone's really squishy, having that survivability in a team fight can be super crucial. As you see, he's actually able to finish his Manamune before anybody else. Um, so that is a very big Corki. Almost a full item, or pretty much a full item ahead of Ryoma there in the mid lane. Only matched by that of Ezreal, who also has two items completed.
I also find it interesting because looks like there's a fight in the bot lane.
Someday and Kumo going at it here. As we see Jizuke, there are 4 members of EG crowding around this turret here. Do they dive it? Looks like they're going to go for it. Or an ult going to come out. Is it going to save Someday? It is not. Svenskeren is going to pick up that kill. As you see Ryoma going in there trying to get some damage onto Kumo. Jizuke is going to back him up and say, no, you cannot kill my friend here. And he's going to be rocketed down. Svenskeren having to pop the ultimate. Not going to save him. Meteos gets the kill. But EG is going to reply and pick up that weird barbarian with the axes. And that is going to be a one fight for EG. But in the top lane, Cody's son is picking up some turrets for his team, making the gold a little bit more even.
Yeah, that was a really aggressive move out of Kumo, especially when he was 2 levels down on Someday, just to go aggro on him like that. It's completely out of the blue, which definitely gave Someday the idea that, there's definitely more people coming on the way. And on top of that, EG noticed that Ezreal was top lane, so they went for that aggressive play. But that was weird. I would expect 100 Thieves to be able to turn that around, especially after, I would say, a poor turret dive. But in the end, it just looks like Ryoma and Someday and Media's getting caught out.
Right. I gotta attribute that to the item difference that we're seeing right now. Like I said, Corki is so big right now, and I don't want to put all of the blame on the Zoe, but like when Ryoma came in, he was missing. He missed the bubble, and he also missed the paddle star. And when you miss those abilities, that's it. You gotta wait. You're on cooldown. You're on cooldown patrol, and you can really just sit there and auto attack, and that's it for the time being. And in that time, the whole fight just got turned upside down.
I'm not a formal caster, but apparently even being an amateur caster, I can give Ryoma a caster curse. After hyping it up, he just dies twice.
Yeah. You
on, man.
immediately were praising his 202, and what does he do right after that? He goes 2-2-2. A triple threat here, if you will.
I'd also like to point out that Cody's son is pathing towards the death stance as well as Jizuke. But it is a little weird seeing the Iceborne Gauntlet coming out of Cody's son. I understand that with 3 DCs you would like that extra armor, but I wouldn't say 100 Thieves really has like a huge damage source besides Cody's son in this game. So to see him pathing a little defensively, kind of weird.
Right. And it seems they're trying to take the more macro approach here. They're on soul point though, which means EG has to make a play here. They're going to have to fight.
Package.
Oh, packages into the backline, just completely obliterates Meteos there. Svenskeren has to drop the ultimate. Someday going very hard on Svenskeren, going to drop him down as 100 Thieves is turning this fight around. And they are just able, there are so many dead bodies on the floor right now.
Kumo in the backline.
2 for 2 here, as Stunt's having to go away. And even though it was a 2 for 2 trade, I'm going to have to give the edge there to EG because they were able to stop 100 Thieves from getting soul.
And they're a lot healthier. It looks like they're going straight for the dragon. Oh, but it looks like there's a CP coming in. 2!
Someday going to come in a little too late as Stunt is dead upon arrival. Kumo gonna try to duel him right here. Someday's not having it. He took absolutely no damage in that trade. And Cody
Yeah,
Sun's just gonna stand behind him. Shoot some Qs. Another
Cody's
TP coming in.
Cody Sun has 3 items complete to Bang's 1.5. So there's a huge ADC disparity right here. 100 Thieves feeling completely safe just taking this fight. Svenskeren is coming back with Jizuke behind him.
Right. And now that EG won the last fight, Jizuke doesn't even have the package anymore. So that is a huge asset that they are not going to be able to have. And 100 Thieves just said, all right, let's run it back. Let's just do the exact same fight again.
Kuma going over the wall.
Oh.
Ryoma notices.
And then they're dancing around the dragon here. Who's going to make the full commitment here? Ryoma going to land the bubble.
Stunt is back. Someday's ult is coming up. Oh, it's up.
All right, do we see it? Do we
Cooldown's
see
also
the
coming
aura?
up for Stunt.
See, they got aggro onto the dragon. And they're just poking out. But remember, it's 100 Thieves, right? They've got the Ezreal, they've got the Zoe. And if it's a poke battle, they're not going to win. Oh, we see Kumo TPing onto the back line, and he's just going to dive right in, going to jump in, going to blow up Ryoma immediately. Svenskeren drops the ult to keep them alive. Jizuke is just going to go on a rampage here, and they're able to pick up the Ocean Drake, denying the Cloud Soul, and they just completely obliterated that fight. 3-0, and now I think they're going to make a move on to the Baron.
Yeah, what a great TP play out of Kumo. I think EG noticed that as they were taking those poke battles, Ryoma and Cody Sun were running low on mana, so they couldn't take a full-on fight, and they had 100 Thieves had no vision of Kumo backing, so he was able to do that for free and then come back with that TP and win that team fight.
And I mean, this is the power of Jizuke right here. He is just so big, and he can just engage on anyone whenever he wants. 7, 1, and 5, 3 items completed. And we see Cody Sun 4, 1, and 1 trying to answer it, but I mean, he's 2 levels down on him. There's really so little that he can do.
Yeah, and Ryoma's pathing towards that second item, Rabadon's, probably realizing that he's not going to get through this Yumi healing. He just has to burst him down 100-0 from the start.
As we see, we're kind of getting into that stage of the game. These EG carries are getting online here. Bang now has 2 items completed. Ults, and they're going to catch out Ryoma and just completely obliterate him. You cannot leave him alone with a little man and an airship, all right? It's not going to work, and Ryoma's just going to get completely obliterated. See, they're going to force down this mid lane. Get this mid lane tier 2. Start racking up the turrets. Turrets are even now, and EG is 6,000 or 5,000 gold ahead.
Someday trying to clear the wave, but these 80 seeds, they will shred this 100 Thieves front line. The only shot they have is to wait for Ryoma to come up and get a pick with that bubble.
Right, and he's dead for another 5 seconds, which leaves EG to just be able to grab this inhibitor whenever they feel like it, which is now. Now they're going to
Looks
spread
like
out.
he's rotating top, looking to take more towers with this Baron. They still have a minute and a half on it left.
Get as much gold as they possibly can right now. You see some pings on the bot side. Maybe EG's saying, hey, after this, we're going to go bot now. But they got to focus on
Kumo
healing
guiding in
now.
Baron minions into 100 Thieves base right now.
Right. And if they're not careful, they're going to be losing some Nexus turrets here. We're going to back off. And with that distraction, they're able to get that tier 2 top turret.
100 Thieves deciding to sack that top inner turret because they have to defend this base. Oh, going aggro onto Kumo.
Kumo having to drop the hourglass, able to save himself. Had to bow flash as well. But at least Svenskeren didn't pop the ult, so that's fine. And that top lane inhib turret's going to go down, and the top lane inhib is going to go down too. And that makes for a very successful Baron there. At 29 minutes in, it looks like EG is the clear front runner for this game.
Yeah, look, all EG has to do is reset, prep for the next objective, which is looking like the Dragons. So they do have enough time. Probably just gonna farm and push waves. Maybe look for a pick. But EG really does not have to like do anything special right now to end this game. They are in the driver's seat. There's a 3-level difference in the mid lane,
Mm-hmm.
and all they have to do is just let the super waves push in while they take bot towers and wait till this dragon to come up.
Now, if you're 100 Thieves, or you're the captain of 100 Thieves, what are you telling your squad? How do you get back in this game? Oh, that hook was very depressing.
If I'm 100 Thieves, I'm waiting for some specific item timers, especially Ryoma's Rabadons. He still hasn't. Meteos is pathing towards a Gargoyle Stone Plate right now. That's a pretty big item for him. I think you need to hit 16 on some day, and at that point, you're going to be as strong as you might get with the amount of time EG will most likely give you. Like, if you look in the mid lane right now, there's a 5K gold difference between the mid laners. So,
Right.
like, no matter what happens, Ryoma will not be able to match Jizuke in this. But, right now, there's 4 grouped in the mid lane for EG. Jizuke, their strongest player, is bot lane. Like, maybe go for a fight there. But once again, you just don't have these items yet. Some days almost done with the. And I guess your last fight here is like for 100 Thieves just to reset and then head over to that dragon. Doesn't even look like they're gonna get the chance.
Hope you killed Jizuke before someone on his team is able to save him, be that the Yumi or the Kindred or anyone. It's really looking bad for 100 Thieves. And looking back, I'm trying to figure out, hey, where did it all go wrong? 100 Thieves had a really good early game going for them, able to pick up the first 3 dragons. They were on Soul Point. I think it's got to be that fight for the Soul, where this game just went completely out of control.
Actually, I would attribute it to the fight, the tower dive actually
The tower dive?
under the tower dive when they were initially catching out someday. I think
Oh,
that was like a huge turning point where like it was kind of like that damage check. I also
yeah.
don't think 100 Thieves was like aggressive enough with the comp they did draft early game. Like you took Warrior Olaf, who went straight into an Obsidian Cleaver,
Right.
meaning like I would expect them to have been more aggressive. Like Bang has not died this game. Like he was so behind in lane, like he can't cleanse his Nautilus Soul, and all he has is a Yumi on him. So I would have liked to see 100 Thieves been more aggressive this game, especially with like the comp that they could have brute forced in the mid game. But they just sat back a little bit too long and let this EG comp scale, and here we are now.
I agree. And if you're gonna vote for MVP, you really gotta give it to the man in the mid lane there for EG. 8-1-5 and has about a 5,000 gold lead on his opponent. 80 CS difference, pretty much. He just absolutely destroyed that lane matchup. And I really hate to put you on the spot here, Tyler, or blame you for any of 100 Thieves' misgivings, but the timing is just too perfect. He's 2-0-2, looking really great, and now he's 2-5-4, 5,000 CS down.
Assists still count for something, man.
That
That's all I
is
gotta say.
true. That's true. That's true. I just gotta ask, like, what were the other mid lane options?
Um,
Oh,
I
whoa! As we
believe.
see
Oh,
EG going for a play on, they're able to pick up a Nexus turret just out from under their nose, 100 Thieves' noses completely, able to kill Ryoma again. He just keeps on getting caught out and just absolutely obliterated. And they're just gonna march on into this base, I feel. No Zoe alive, so that's half of the poke gone right there. Cody's trying to do what he can. They're just gonna try to force down. Oh, fight gonna break out. Bang is gonna pick up a kill. And that is 300 Thieves members dead. And that is the first game of the 2020 Summer LCS split, won by Evil Geniuses.
yeah, EG coming out making a statement saying like we got second seed last split, nothing has changed. We're gonna stay second. Hopefully first one day, but
hopefully
for now
first.
second.
Hey, and they looked pretty good that game. All right. Well, that's it for Tyler and I here, and we'll see you guys in the next game.